I asked myself this question. This isn't possible, surely. It's 2002 when I was reading this for the first time. There's no way in the world that the everyday Aussie is going to go along with what the government says. Not a chance. Why are you laughing? I mean, we love our Holden cars, which we don't make anymore, football, and meat pies, right? You know that song. Maybe you're too young. There's this old song. That's what Australia's about. Football, meat pies, and Holden cars. There's no way. But anyway, is this really possible? This is a 2,000-year-old prediction. Is this really, really possible? Surely. This is just a bunch of fairy tales. Let's have a look, shall we, at the three things. Global economic control, physical coercion, and global economic meltdown. Is this possible? Let's have a look. First one. To have a global economic control, there are two things you would need. You would need, first of all, a global what kind of system? You can't control finances globally unless it's financially globally connected, right? That's the first thing. The second thing you would need to do is you would need a controllable currency system. If you don't have those two things, there is no way in the world you're going to be able to have global economic control. Does that make sense, at least in theory? Yes or no? Let me put it in practicality. If you've got coins in your pocket and I can't control them from India or from South America, then how on earth could that prophecy ever be true? It couldn't. So there's two things you would need. Now, let's talk about this really quickly. I've already told you in my first story, when did a global financial system become a thing? 1999. That's pretty recent compared to 97 AD, but it's still a long way away, isn't it? Here we are, though. We live, in the last almost 30 years now, we've almost lived for 30 years in a global financial system. But what about this controllable currency system? Let's do a quick whirlwind tour. Now, this is the part I'm in danger of going too long on. So just give me this wind-up thing to keep me moving, all right? And if you don't, I will be here for 2 hours. Because I've been studying this thing for the last, well, this part I'm going to show you here is from 2018, but I've been studying this thing since 2011. That's how much history there is on it, how much data there is on it. Let's have a look real quick. By the way, I'm going to show you a series of news reports. And the news reports I'm giving you are not from conspiracy websites. They are from mainstream media, and I'm not saying it's because they're authorities. I'm just telling you that's what the mainstream media is happy for you to know. So don't leave here going, Robbie gave a bunch of conspiracy theory. No, I didn't.